Let me just start this video by saying I play a ton of video games, like an unhealthy amount of video games from all different genres on different systems. Hell, there was even a time when I played Fortnite. Yes, I too got caught in the hype of Fortnite, and I kind of don't want to talk about it. I played a ton of competitive games, from first-person shooters to top-down view games like League of Legends and Age of Empires. Hell, I was even addicted to RuneScape and Final Fantasy Online for a while. But there is no franchise whom I've supported more than EA and Madden, so I feel completely qualified to say this. Madden sucks. And I'm not making this video for clout, views, or anything else. I'm making it because as it stands right now, Madden is perhaps the worst video game I've ever played with the greatest potential. And it's wild to me that as a collective mind in the Madden community, we all think the same thing. I mean, when's the last time you visited Madden Reddit to see what they're talking about? So if you're wondering where I've been for the past few weeks, why haven't I posted a ton of YouTube content? Well, here you go. Understand, growing up, I never thought I would tolerate an abusive relationship. I refused to let anyone mentally box me in a corner and then John Jones sidekick me in my nuts without trying to escape. And to my credit, I tried to run away from Madden in 2018. If you guys remember, on our first YouTube video, I told you I had given up EA and Madden for good.
Sure. Madden 19, I did not play at all. Started getting into more like first-person shooters, more RPGs. Madden just wasn't, Madden 18 didn't leave a good taste in my mouth.
But here I am, like a battered down bride who thinks there's enough good in their partner that toughing it out will result in witnessing a beautiful rainbow on the other side. And under that rainbow, I would be there holding up my middle fingers to all the doubters saying, see, I told you Madden would get it right. But you EA, and your shitty rainbows because you won't. When you transcend good and become great, you place yourself on a plane that others can't even dream of. You become the benchmark, the chosen one, the cream of the crop, the GOAT. People will no longer compare you to your competition because there is none. They instead compare you to other generational talents. How often have you seen Tom Brady's career and dominance compared to Michael Jordan's in the NBA? They don't even play the same sport. This is simply society saying these two are so good, we can only compare them to other GOATs. The exact opposite is true when you suck. When you're a dumpster fire, you get compared to other dumpster fires. And Madden is no exception. We judge how good Madden is by comparing it to other versions of Madden that we hate. We'll say things like, well, 21 is way better than the run stretch meta 20. 19 is horrible, but I'll take 20 over it any day. Bro, like, why is this our dialect? Stop giving us bland piles of crap and putting a little bit of salt on it the next year and forcing us to re-eat it with more flavor. If your marketing strategy is still crap, just with new and improved taste, so you'll get a little more natural crap flavor in every bite, then you hit the nail on the head, brother. This game is so bad that people working for the company hate working for the company.
Right. And
that we don't know about, which is the tough part.
I'm just at a loss. And I think what I want to encourage our players that watch this stream is that I know you guys are frustrated and I know you guys are angry. I am frustrated and I am angry as well.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the reason that most of us play Madden is simply because we love the NFL more than we actually love the game, and EA knows that. They understand that the majority of us will not play a title without current NFL rosters or legends. This is actually a proven fact, which is why other studios refuse to make football simulation games. No one wants to play a football simulation with Michael McMichelson as their quarterback. We simply enjoy Madden because we enjoy the NFL. Playing with a player that you enjoyed watching is the most dominant force driving us to buy Madden every year. This is not a bad thing. Exclusivity is what makes Madden horrible. It forces them into complacency. It happens with every single game. When you no longer have competition, you become complacent. And their complacency has me questioning if it's even possible to make a great football game. Let me explain why Madden is so bad. We all understand football is an 11-on-11 complex game of strategy and ability. Anyone can lose on any given Sunday. Teams run different schemes that suit their personnel that they have drafted and their coaching styles. It's like watching a chess match. Some teams run spread like the Saints. Other teams have a Lamborghini on two legs at quarterback like the Ravens. Sometimes you play a team and you have no idea what they're going to throw at you, kind of like playing against the Pats. Not Madden. No, not Madden at all. It doesn't matter your personnel, your coaching style, your strategy, none of that. This is not a thing in Madden, which is a simulation of a chess match. The biggest reason why competitive Madden is horrible, yes, I'm keeping in mind that it's a game and that each game has a meta and that there are counters to every strategy, but Madden is a game where the meta is normally the most overpowered concepts that involves manipulating the computer and taking advantage of horrible programming. And EA is a shop that never, ever patches the meta. Like, ever. They leave overpowered plays and formations and abilities and animations in their game for months where other dev shops would fix them within days after testing. EA refuses to fix anything because they don't want to spend too much money if it doesn't bring in money. How many times did you see the 335 wide gun bunch during the MCS tournament? Don't worry, I'll wait. It's not fun watching people run the same plays, the same concepts over and over. It's not fun watching people play safeties over tackles to glitch out the program and to get quick pressures and sacks. Hell, it's not fun playing against it. It is not fun watching people manipulate the AI. You feel like it diminishes their skill level. And I'm not taking away from any of the MCS competition or competitors because they are amazing at what they do, but watching it as a spectator, you feel like this is crap because it is crap. It makes the skill gap in Madden seem elementary because it's not player versus player. It's not me versus you. It's not a shooter where I have a headshot and you have a body shot. It's player versus algorithm. No one wants to see players take advantage of the computer. After a while, it becomes redundant. And this is why Madden fizzles out every year. Who wants to log in and play a game knowing that for the next 25 weekend league games, you're going to see one step ahead and 335 wide blitzes, nasty streaks on offensive line, and stretch dive combos on offense. Madden 21 is a perfect example of this. The run meta was so strong and blitzes were so fast that even at the pro level, passing was basically suicide. Madden's refusal to patch OP plays, tune animations, and make a truly balanced game where we see a magnitude of different strategies that actually work when ran correctly is the first reason why Madden is garbage. A competitive game should be bare bones, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, my choices versus your choices, your skill versus my skill, not me versus you in the shitty programming. If I'm in a run-heavy formation, I should be able to run against a three-man box. I made the right choice, you made the wrong choice. Not in Madden. That's not how Madden works. You can come out with a power run formation versus a four-man box and you would still get stopped, consistently stopped at that. How many times have you been sacked by the computer and fumbled? Hit-sticked by the computer and fumbled? Threw a pass only to have it bounce off the back foot of your receiver to get intercepted by the AI. In my opinion, AI players should not be able to force turnovers in competitive games. It has nothing to do with the user's ability. It has everything to do with the programming, but hey, that's just me. Do we want to talk about how realistic Madden can be? I think it's a great realism of the NFL. I think I see this stuff happen every single weekend. Yeah, no, let's not talk about that. Let's skip it. Let's talk about what I call Madden logic. I don't know who makes these rules or puts these ideas on the board, but the guys who voted for this should be fired, or at least move to a different department because I understand we all got families to feed. Madden has a complete disregard of attributes, and it's the attributes that they put in the game, which is mind-boggling to me. At one point, Madden actually had a swagger rating with Old Spice. I don't even know what that did. I don't know. Does anybody know what the swagger rating did? It doesn't matter because Madden doesn't care. They're just numbers that they put on the board. They don't mean anything. The only thing that I think works in Madden is probably speed, acceleration, and agility. And change of direction this year. I think that actually affects your player. But other than that, I don't think Madden cares about attributes. The game is so poorly designed that they have to nerf or buff certain players to change how they play in the game. They even slow your players down so they're not as effective depending on where they are on the field. Yes, quarterbacks with 83 speed never actually hit 83 speed until they're past the line of scrimmage. What? You're telling me I can't run as fast because I'm behind the line of scrimmage? What logic is that? Meta logic says if you're a 6'2" middle linebacker with a 37-inch vertical, you cannot jump as high as a 6-foot free safety with a 28-inch vertical. This is just bad math. Madden just says, you physics, positions dictate your abilities. What is the point of having a jump attribute if you're going to nerf it based on your position. Instead of making the jump attribute actually mean something across the board for every positions, they nerf middle linebackers to affect the users. One of the few places in the game where user skill is actually required on a tremendously high level. Instead of saying that, hey, jump is going to be the same for every player, this is the correct way to have done it, they nerfed the position. That is horrible. That is horrible logic. They do the same thing with speed. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Let's take this for an example. Keenan Allen from the Chargers ran a 4.71 40 time. A 4.71. Now, Keenan Allen is an amazing receiver. I don't care about his 40 time. The guy gets it done. But he did run a 4.71. This is a true document of his speed. Josh Allen, a left-end from the Jags, ran a 4.6 40 time. Who do you think is faster in Madden? Take a wild guess. Yep, Keenan Allen by 3 points. How? We have proof that Keenan Allen is actually slower, but Madden says it doesn't matter because we cannot have an elite receiver like Keenan Allen have sub 86 speed. Keenan Allen's speed should probably be like 84 or 85, but it would render him pretty much useless in Madden. He would never get open no matter how great his route running is. This is proof that their programming is horrible. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't have certain attributes tuned up, you will never be effective. And that is not how the NFL works. Ultimately, as a gamer, we spend so much time honing our skills. We practice, we watch videos, we lab, we grind. When you're playing a competitive game, you expect all the time that you put in to manifest in competition. You're not expecting your 99 catch receiver to drop open passes or your center to completely disregard the pass rush. Madden doesn't care about any of that. Maybe there are too many moving parts in a football game. Maybe EA only cares about microtransactions and the amount of money that we spend on this game. Maybe programming 20 AI players to function properly is a tall order to fill, and no one is capable of doing that. I don't know. Maybe we'll never have a great football game. Who knows? But right now, there is one thing I know for sure. Madden is trash and it sucks.